What is up, guys? My name is Coriola, and welcome to episode 13 of my Out of the Park Baseball franchise with the Cincinnati Reds. Now, this episode, if I sound a bit different, it's because I am recovering from a pretty bad cold. It's been a while, hasn't it? I've almost forgotten where we left off. We are at the All-Star game of the 2020 season. I apologize for the cough, but I might be doing it a lot this episode. And I'm going to try to keep this short because it is late, and I am not feeling great, but I did promise an episode, so I plan on keeping that promise. So we are here with a trade, and first of all, let me say I'm really sorry for the delay. I am going to make excuses for it. It's my fault. I had last weekend I had a baseball game. It was 3 hours away, so 3 hours there, 3 hours back. It was a doubleheader. Left at 8, got back at 11. Next day I had a history essay due, and then the next week I had another history essay to write. And then when I finally got a bit of free time, I got sick and couldn't record. So I do apologize for the delay, but I am back and I intend to be better than ever. But first things first, let's look at the team. As you can see, something interesting going on the screen. We are currently, as you can see, in first place, only 4 games above 500. NL Central has been pretty bad this year. So has the rest of the NL, the rest of the league, to be fair. The highest win percentage, there's only one team over 600 win percentage, which is really low. Our pitching staff has been really good apart from Lance Lynn, and our bullpen has been solid. A couple guys, Griggs and Matzik, have not been great, but the back end, Chapman and Herrera, have been immaculate, and Sean Marshall has been pretty solid himself. Our lineups have been the issue so far, though. Mitch Trees is hitting 237, Corey Wright's hitting 255, only on base percentage of 308. Mejias-breen's hitting 265, but his on-base percentage is only 312. Mejias-breen is having a bit of a better season than he has in the past. Correa's having a pretty bad season. Jesse Winker, not bad, having a good on-base percentage. And McCutcheon has been really good, and Aristides Aquino has been bad as well. So I think I showed this in the last episode, but let me show you the guys poised to make the major league roster from the minors. This is a lot, and so I feel like a youth movement could really be the little push in the right direction that this team needs to be a true contender. And so, as you saw, we are going to make a trade. Now, our owner did want an upgrade at first base, which is why we are going after Brandon Doolin. He's having an all-right season so far, but he just hits the crap out of the ball. He can play first base well. He doesn't strike out too terribly much. He has good eye. There's just a lot to like about this guy, especially that he has 4 years of team service left. Now we're giving up Miles Gordon, Carlos Correa, who's having a downright awful season, and we definitely want to bring up most likely Cash Case or Drew Mendoza from the minors, as well as Lance Lynn. And so he was having the worst season by far on our pitching staff. And I like what we're getting back. Our assistant GM doesn't, but I think a youth movement is the right thing for this team. I've already called up Kyle Tucker, as you can see, but it's time to continue to facilitate that. And they're not happy to lose Carlos Correa, but I feel like it was a necessary move, as he's only hitting 238. So let's add him to the active roster, and that leaves 4 spots on the active roster. So get ready, folks. It's about to get interesting. So to the designated for assignment guys, Brandon Doolin, we will place him on the active roster. And let's go to our minor leagues. First things first, we need a shortstop. So let's call up Cash Case. How about? And he's injured for 2 weeks. What? Okay, Drew Mendoza, you're making your major league debut first. Welcome to Cincinnati. I was going to call up Cash Case, but he is injured, and maybe a bit more time in the minors would help him out. And then we still have 2 spots left. Obviously, one needs to be filled by a pitcher, as we we got rid of Lance Lynn. And as you can see, there are not many pitchers on here besides Michael Fulmer, who we will call up. And then finally, we need an outfielder, and it's between Hernandez, who is 2-star on OSA, versus Keenan Bell, who can't play center field, and OSA really doesn't like. So, as my backup outfielder, I will call up. Well, Bell's been in AAA, Hernandez has been in Single A. I actually didn't have to think too much about this, but you know what? I'm going to promote him to AAA, give him like a week there. Just roll with 24 guys for right now and see how that goes. Kurt Hare, who's had a solid season, will find his way back into the starting pitching staff. And let's start simulating. So, we are here on the All-Star game. Doesn't tell me. So, oh yes, one thing I forgot to show you was the disabled list. I haven't been in this a few days, but Yimi Garcia and Steven Souza are both out, and apparently now so is Antonio Espinosa for 4 days. That's fine. It's the All-Star break, so NL wins the All-Star game 7-2, and Yimi Garcia is eligible to come back, and we will put him back on for right now and just run with an extra reliever versus an extra fielder. We already do have 5 outfielders. In fact, we already do have 5 outfielders. No, that's because Doolin's listed as an outfielder. Okay, set his position to first base. Alright, that's why I was doing that. We could probably use a backup catcher, but it's really not that big of a deal. I can talk well, I swear. Okay, let's have the computer set our lineups. Winker leading off. Sure, why the hell not? I don't mind this lineup, to be honest. It's pretty powerful, if you get what I mean. That was an awful pun. It is 10 o'clock at night, and I'm exhausted. Even though it's only 10 o'clock, I apologize for my shitty pun. Come on, game. Let's simulate. And we lose. And Minnesota wants to hit us up. They want to give us Jorge Polanco for no, we're not going to do that. And Taylor Sparks is one guy I actually forgot to look at, because I'm pretty sure he's, really good on both the OSA and Head Scout. Yes, he is. How's he hitting? It's easier to check from here. He's hitting 263 in Double A, I believe. So, no, Pensacola's Double A, Louisville's Triple A. So, we'll leave him down there for a while. And Shane Medorizian immediately goes down. Okay. Thanks, dude. God, I just want to get to simulating, but they're like, no, you can't. How about Ty Washington? Cash case is out for 1 to 2 weeks. Look, I'll just wait and then call him up once he's off the DL. So we beat Washington and lose Washington. So it looks like we split the 4-game series. Some international amateur didn't sign with us. No, it was just a 3-game series, and we lost 2-3. Now we split the first 2 in San Diego. This is our 4-game series. Let's go. Come on, game. It's late. I'm impatient. Damn it. Come on. Team is so unbelievably inconsistent. Micah Johnson for no. The trades proposed to you did not improve in the slightest in this year's game, which I hoped they might, but unfortunately they didn't. Something else I don't care about. It's been like 5 days since I last looked at this save. In fact, yeah, today is Thursday. It was last Sunday when I last opened this. And, oh yeah, I just want to show you guys something. April, I think it was this year, right? If the game doesn't crash every time I click on something. April was pretty good, and then May, you see this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games to end the May. which is bad, but 9, 12, 13, 14 games, we'll win 2 out of the next, I think, 1, 2, 3, 7. It was a bad stretch in 3 out of the next 9. So we started off the hottest team in baseball and then cooled down to a team that just cannot win or stay healthy. What the fuck? Oh. Are you fucking kidding me? He's having the best season of anyone on our team. Fuck. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Injury Management. I am your host, Coriola, and I am pissed the fuck off. Yeah, Michael Fulmer, you can go back down to AAA. And Yimi Garcia can stay up. Yeah, excuse me. I don't know if you heard that, because I'm talking really quietly. Okay, we need a lot of guys. How many do we need? We need 3. Okay. Cash Case, welcome to Cincinnati. Ivan Hernandez, welcome to Cincinnati. And Kenan Bell, welcome to Cincinnati. We will set our lineups like so and be happy about it and continue on. I've just skimmed over it. It looked like what we saw. So we are still in first place and are now at 500. We were under 500 yesterday. And we are back under 500. And guess what? Somehow, we are still in first place. So, Kenan Bell has sucked so far. Aristides Aquino. Who do I want to send down? 2 third basemen, 2 shortstop, 1 six. That's 2 backup infielders is good. We're getting outfielder back, so we either want to not Winker. Tucker's actually having a really good season. Holy shit. Well, that's a small sample size. Both Hernandez and Bell have been bad so far. Souza cannot play. Well, he can play center field, actually. You know what? I think it's about time we trade Aristides Aquino. I'm going to look for an Aristides Aquino trade. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and this might be really rash, trading a starting outfielder for a backup catcher, but I found this guy. I really like him. Our head scout likes him a bit more than OSA, and he's got really good defense, really good eye, solid contact, not bad home run power, and avoid strikeouts. I think mainly the good defense and the good eye makes him a really good backup catcher. I just threw in Ramon Cabrera because we didn't have anything to do with him. So, was that rash? Was that probably not a good idea? Totally. But we just got our backup catcher, and now we can activate Steven Souza and ask our bench coach to set depth chart and lineups. Mitch Trees is still starting good. Winker in left, Hernandez in center, and Tucker in right. Tucker, Bell. No, I like Tucker. I definitely like Tucker. Okay, let's keep going. We just totally, I wouldn't say shifted up the team because it was one player, but, you know, when you're losing, you tend to make rash decisions. We're still in first place, and we are 2 games below 500. If we pull a Carolina Panthers type shenanigans and make the playoffs under 500, not the team that was just in the Super Bowl, but the year before, actually, they were what, 7-9, and or no, they were 8-8, but still, to win the division in the National Football League. So we win and we maintain in first place. We made 2 trades, right? I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, and in general, I'm happy with what I did, although I say that too much, it seems like now, and then the team never does anything. So, let's keep simulating. We are back to 500, and we eclipse 500, and Tyler Matzek's probably not happy. He's not a member of the starting rotation with a 4.03 ERA as a lefty specialist. That's just how it goes, Tyler. Now, 3-game set against Chicago. Probably a pretty big one, seeing as Chicago's usually the team we have to chase in the division standings. As we win the first, lose the second, and Brandon Doolin is out for 6 weeks. What the fuck? God, one thing I've noticed is injuries have really ramped up in OTP 17, and yeah, it's a bit more realistic, but I sure as shit don't like it. Okay, I guess that means we will call up. Can anyone play first base? Absolutely not. Okay. Well, Taylor Sparks, you better learn how to play first base. It's just lineups. Okay. Actually, Bralin Perez playing first base. Okay. Sparks is backup infielder. That works. I mean, we need something. Let's see what our top prospect can do. So we win 2-3 against Chicago. Now, a 3-game set against Atlanta as we get destroyed in Game 1. And win Game 2 and Game 3, the rubber match. We fall. And we were 1 game up on the Brewers. So we beat Chicago. And hey, a sweep of Chicago. That's really nice. We are now 4 games above 500 and 2.5 games above the Brewers for first place in this division. And the Cardinals. So we win Game 1 against them. They are no longer in that second place position. Win Game 2. Game 3 we lose. And Game 4 we win. So taking 3 out of 4 from a team in second place is pretty good, as we are now 4 games up on Pittsburgh, 3.5 now. We have a 2-game set against Seattle, which of course we lose. Why the hell not? Now we're 1.5 up on Pittsburgh, 3-game set against New York. We lose Game 1, and we lose Cash Case. Why am I not fucking surprised? Someone on the pitching staff injured too? When the shit did this happen? When the hell did that happen? Am I dumb and miss it, or has it just been like that for the entire episode? Oh my god. Okay, Michael Fulmer is getting called back up, and it looks like Noah Campbell is gonna make his big league debut, since nobody can stay fucking healthy. God. And Michael Fulmer can be a long reliever, right? He's got good stamina. Yes, he does. Okay, let's continue. So we lose Game 1 to the Mets, and just like that, we are only half a game up on Pittsburgh. Typical OTP Cincinnati Reds. Come on, I need this year to be the year. Well, I don't need it to be, but I really, really want this year to be the year. Game 2, we win. In Game 3, we win. We are now 1 game up on Pittsburgh with a week left in August. Now we are no longer a game up, as we are tied with Pittsburgh. We are 4 games above 500, but 0 above Pittsburgh. So we win. We're still tied with Pittsburgh. And Game 3. God. Okay, we win and Pittsburgh loses, and someone else. Okay, 5 days. Whew. I got really almost angry there. But of course, we coughed the division league right back up. And we get swept by Houston and are now in second place in the division. Final game of August. The simulation's really not that much faster. We win, and we are 1 game back on Pittsburgh with a month left to go. We've basically called up everyone we want to. If you include the guys on the disabled list, we have 30 guys, on the active roster. So let's keep going. Finish the series against Milwaukee. We win game 2, and we are now tied. And Shane Martiresian, I have no idea how to pronounce his name, is off the DL. And I should probably set the lineups with him in now. And we lose, but so does Pittsburgh. So going into a weekend series in Chicago, we are currently tied with not with the Cubs, but with the Pirates for first place. We have a big 3-game set coming up with them in a bit as both of us lose. I don't care over all this. I really don't care. Game 2, both of us lose. In game 3, we lose and they win. Okay. This is big. 3-game set in Pittsburgh, and I don't have time to play any games. Unfortunately, it is late, and I'm tired as shit, even though it's not that late, actually. But we win game 1, win game 2, and game 3, come on, a sweep would be huge. Please, 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 please. As I don't get why these 1 games, yes, let's go, take forever to simulate. But we sweep Pittsburgh, and we are now 4 games up, 4 games above 500, and 2 games up on the division. Whew. Let's keep going. And, of course, we coughed the lead. Well, we split the first 2 against the team in last place. Really think we should be sweeping this 4-game series, but, we lose game 2 and game 3 and game 4. Just ignore what I said. Hey, we have 500 career wins as a Cincinnati Red. It took us, this is our 5th season, so that's just not right. We've not, let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm very confused. First time 500 career wins. 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't even know. I'm not even going to try to figure that out. Anyway, so we split the 4-game set and we beat St. Louis as Jimmy Garcia gets beat by an injury. We are now 3 games up on Pittsburgh. We are now 3 games up on Pittsburgh and St. Louis. In game 3, we are 4 games up on both teams, and Brandon Doolin is back. That's what I like to see. Okay, so if we check the standings, if we fall, see, Pittsburgh is, 5.5 out of the wild card. They are 3 games under 500, so really, yeah, that makes sense. So let's keep simulating, as now we're starting to eke away, but as soon as I say that, we're going to start losing again. Hey, I jinxed the losing. I jinxed the jinx. And I just jinxed the jinx of the jinx. So, we are 6 games up on the division, 9 games up on 500, with 9, 10, 13 games left to go. 6 games up on the division, 5.5 now, 4.5. Okay, 5. They must have had a double header or something. No, I don't know. Chicago is now in second place. We have we have 10 games left to go. So 3 set in St. Louis, as we have not eliminated even Milwaukee yet. Steven Souza wants a starting spot, but fuck Steven Souza. Let's keep going. 3-game set against St. Louis. As soon as... Oh, I never clicked simulate. Just kidding. We lose game 1. 9 games left. We lose game 2. 4 up with 8 games left. 1 week. Okay, we'll leave him on the roster. Okay. That's fine. We are up 5 games with 7 left. Okay, this is big. This is... Okay, 6 with 6 left. 1 more win or 1 more Chicago... 1 more win. I'm not going to try to complicate that. And we have won the division. Oh boy, 5 with 5 games left. Hey! Damn it! Oh, another... Another injury. Call the injury gods DJ Khaled. Another one. I can't do that impression when my nose is... I couldn't think of a good analogy because I'm tired as shit. But hey, for the first time in the series, we've won the division. It's the second time we are going to the playoffs, but that time we finished like 96 wins, 2 games back on St. Louis, who had 98, and lost in the first round of the wild card to the Cubs. But, conjunctions. For the first time in this series, we will be playing in the National League Division Series. Pretty exciting if we have a team by then, considering how many injuries we've had. Into September, player development update. Anything significant? Drop. Everyone drop. Sparks up. Case up, so not everyone's dropping. Oh, it's nice to see. Okay, cool. And so right now, as far as... Okay, we are going to be the 3 seed, meaning I believe it is confirmed that we will play the Los Angeles Dodgers. Damn it! The Dodgers are always just so unbelievably good, mainly because of Corey Seager and Jock Peterson and OOTP, and they usually wreck a bunch of face. So we can just lose the shit out of these last games, as we split the last 4 and finished 85 and 77. Let's check around baseball. The Red Sox have won the American League East by 1 game. Chicago wins the AL Central, and Detroit is the wild card team. Damn, 2 wild card teams with over 90 wins. Seattle also wins the division by 1 game. Oakland will be the second wild card team, and Texas misses a wild card even though they won 89 games. Miami won 96 games. They will represent the National League East. The Cincinnati Reds won the Central, and the Los Angeles Dodgers won the West. The wildcard teams are the Rockies and the Mets. So we will be facing the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League Division Series. Let's go over our lineups one more time. Mejias-Breen hit .259 with a .360 on base percentage. I'll take that. Mardo I don't give a fuck, hits .262, 305 on base. Jesse Winker, .251, 376 on base. Only 11 home runs, both this year and last. Since coming to Cincinnati in the trade, Brandon Doolin hits .273 with a .344 on base percentage and 12 home runs. Kyle Tucker, it's .254. Mendoza, it's .292 with a .356 on base. Mitch Trees has a .319 on base, and Ivan Hernandez has a .338 on base with a .288 average. And then the bench, Keenan Bell did well. Noah Campbell did not. Sparks did well. Perez was good, and Blankenhorn was actually really good too. So, all right, let's see where this goes into the playoffs. Pitching wise, our starting rotation, everyone with under a 4 ERA. That is nice to see. In the bullpen, a bit more struggles. That has 4 guys had over 4, but the back end was, definitely a strength. So let's simulate the playoffs, the beginning of the playoffs. We'll simulate the wild card round, check out the Dodgers roster, and get over with it. Most pitching wins, Michael Lorenzen with 17 wins. Pretty cool. Anything? Tyler Mattek, mad player or playoff roster. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, so who did they not put on the playoff roster? They didn't put Jesse Winker on the playoff roster. Okay. I think we're just going to drop Noah Campbell. There we go. I don't know why Jesse Winker wouldn't be on the playoff roster, and that's about it. Based on how many injuries we had, we only had 26 guys on the active roster come the end of the season. That was rough. Anyway, check out the playoff coverage. A's versus Tigers and Mets versus Rockies. As I don't know what's going on. Mets win the wildcard game and Detroit wins the wildcard game. So in the division series, we have Detroit versus Chicago, Boston versus Seattle, New York versus Miami, and Cincinnati versus LA. So we have two division series, divisional rivalry division series. I will never try to say that again. But we've got a tough task. Even though they weren't the number one seed in the National League, they basically are, because of Yasiel Puig, Corey Seager, and Jock Peterson. They don't have Kershaw. Where is Kershaw? Is he retired? Oh no, he's on the Dodgers. He's just not in their starting rotation, or not in their top three anymore. Okay, let's check them out. Their lineup looks like Garen Cecchini, Starlin Castro, Corey Seager, Puig Peterson, Anthony Rizzo, Alex Gordon, and Christian Vasquez. God, this lineup is so unbelievably good. They've got Tyler Collins, no one great on the bench. Yeah. The bench isn't great, but their lineup is amazing. Their starting pitching rotation, I don't see Kershaw. Was he injured? Maybe he was injured. I don't see anywhere where it says... Oh, yeah, there it is. 6 weeks. So we will not have to face Kershaw, which is very nice. Instead, we will have Hyunjin Ryu, AJ Cole, Jeff Brigman, and Logan Verrett. In order of ascending ERA, Dominic Leone, a really good closer. He's had a really good career so far, so... You can look at the rest of this. They have Betances, Steve Cishek, and Paco Rodriguez. Yeah. Game 1 from Los Angeles Ballpark. Cincinnati Reds and Los Angeles Dodgers will be next episode. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, even though I don't even know if you can understand what I'm saying because I am so nasally. But, thank you for sticking around after it wasn't huge, but week-long absence. That's definitely more than I'd like. And it's time to send the Cincinnati Reds to the World Series. Thank you so much for watching. Can't say that enough. And hope you guys enjoyed. I'm rambling. I'll see you guys next time. A goodbye.